Wilson, I have discovered what is called Rocket League. I mean, I truly suck at it, but it is a fun game to play. It's so addicting, man. Do y'all know what Rocket League is, man? You got to get in on this game, man. It's like a multiplayer, cross-platform kind of thing. It is an awesome game. It's super addicting. I've been playing it on my phone, and I love it, even though I suck really bad. But I'm going to get better because I got my controller here, man. This is the Gamesir X3 USB-C type controller, and I am loving this thing, man. It's nice and portable. You know what? I will lose this game on purpose. It's not like I was going to win anyways, but I'll lose this one on purpose so I can tell y'all about... Let me turn it off. I gotta tell y'all about the X3, man. Hey guys, welcome back to New Stuff TV, the untechnical tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine. Rocket League is the bomb, Richardson. And I'm gonna tell you about this little controller, man. This is a first for me. I don't think I've ever done one with a cooler on the back. Yes, I said a cooler. It has USB-C. It's not a powered controller, so it doesn't provide power to your phone. It doesn't have a battery in here or anything, but it does have pass-through charging via USB to USB-C, and then it has a separate power input for the fan. Well, you know what? Let me just show you, man. All right, look right there, bro. There's your USB-C input for the cooling fan. That is so clutch, because when you're playing mobile games, especially like if you're outdoors or something like that, man, your phone's gonna run hot, especially if you have a Note, or I keep calling this a Galaxy Note. This is an S22 Ultra. If you got one of these big phones that, you know, got all the processing and stuff, you might want to cool that sucker off, man. And this thing actually gets cool to the touch. We'll go more into that in a minute. I want to go over the controller a little bit more, but that is a great added feature for this. Right here is the USB-C input for powering your phone, so you can have pass-through charging, which will come out right here, and that's where you plug in your USB Type-C phone. So this don't work with the old school stuff. It won't even work with an iPhone, okay? But I'm really liking it because they give you plenty of options for customization here. You see these little joystick pads right here. I like to use these big indented ones. They have a little indentation, that way your thumb can fit in there. And these have a little kind of a bubble on the top. And if you look right here on the top of the controller or the little joystick, it's actually smaller. So let me go ahead and put my standard one on here with the little indentation. You just kind of, it's just a little rubber thing, and you just kind of put it on there, smash it on, make sure it's on there, right? And then you can have your little thumb right there, and it just kind of sits in a groove. So I'll put the other one on there so I won't lose it, because I got a bad habit of losing stuff. But once it's on there, it's on there. It's not gonna be falling off during gameplay or anything like that. In addition to changing out the pads, you can also change out the entire stick. This is a taller one, so it gives you a little bit more reach. You see how that one that was on the controller is a little shorter? You can change out both of them, the pink or red or the blue, if you want to. I like the shorter ones because, I don't know, I got these big gorilla hands, I guess. I never thought my hands were big, but until I got to these controllers, and that's where I would talk about the only thing, you know, the only kind of downside to this. But I think this is universally across the board, like, and I guess it comes from like Nintendo Switch or whatever, because when you look at the gaming pad, you can see that it could be a little cramped for some people with larger hands, because the joysticks are directly under the buttons here, and then you have your D-pad, and the joystick is directly over that. So that means when you bring your left thumb to the D-pad, it's directly under it, so you kind of cramp up your thumb a little bit, and then when you bring your right thumb down from the buttons, you're kind of doing this maneuver with your thumb kind of just backing up a little bit, and it just feels a little bit cramped. Other than that, I'm loving the other ergonomics of it, but I've digressed a little. Let's get back into more of these customizations. So right here, this D-pad, this actually can come off, and you can change it. Put that right there. You can change it to this one. You see that right there? You see that little angular design they got there with the little indentation? So you can just put that on there, make sure it's in the right section, and push it down, and it's stuck on there just like that. I happen to like the actual four-way D-pad, so I'll just put that one back on, but I love the fact that they let you customize it. It does have the clicky buttons all over the place, so if you like the clicky buttons, there you go. But one more thing, so we have the buttons right here. You got the Y, the X, and the A and the B in this position right here, which is pretty standard for something like an Xbox or something like that. But what if you're a Switch guy? So you can actually take these off. Let me see if I can take it off real quick. Get my thumb under there. Now you see all the buttons are missing. I'm gonna take the Y from the top position and put it over here to where the X was. And then I will take the B button and put it to where the A was. And then I'll take the A and put it to where the B was. And now I got my X up top just like that. And everything is magnetized, so it's not coming out of there. I love the fact that you can customize this for all of your gameplay. Now let's continue on this field trip around this controller. Up top here, you got your Gamesir button, which usually functions as like a select or something like that, or maybe a menu. Then on the bottom right there, you have a screenshot button, which has worked flawlessly for me. On the top here, you have an S button, which is usually like a menu or a select or something like that. And then on the bottom around there, you're gonna have your home button, which is gonna usually act as home. All right, you hear that clickiness? That's letting you know that these left and right triggers are buttons. They are not analog, so you do not have like pressure sensitive. So with racing games, you just got like one speed, bro. You just gotta go. You know, if you ain't first, you last, okay? And that also goes for your LB and RB buttons as well. But now comes time for the fun part, man. I get to demonstrate how this thing works. That means I gotta play a game for you guys. So what I wanna do first is demonstrate how the fan works, man. This thing literally gets cool to the touch, okay? Can you hear that? You can't even hear that. You can hear the fan just barely, but you see right here, you got some RGB on the back just in case somebody was watching you play a game. You can mesmerize them as you're doing your gaming. But right here on my hand, I can literally feel it getting cool already. Man, it's not even cool, it's cold, bro. So you just slide your phone in there right there, make sure you grip that phone, then open the controller up. It does expand so you can fit a phone as big as the Galaxy Note 22 Ultra, the Galaxy S22 Ultra, as big as that, right? But then we can get into some gaming, man. And I know my phone's gonna be nice and cool if I'm doing Android gaming. Oh my God, Rocket League is still up, bro. I'm about to kill it. How did this game keep going? Am I actually playing? I am. I'm playing right now. So everything works as promised. This is great, man. This is, oh, I love this game. I can't stay here forever though, because I'll end up making this video like 40 minutes long, me playing Rocket League. But it does work with other games as well. I've tried it on Stadia. It works great on Stadia, but wait, hold up. Let me take that off. It's cold. It's freaking cold. Can you hear the fan now? You hear that? Man, that thing is really blowing. And it's not cool. It is literally cold. I wish I'd have brought a thermometer here. Look at this. I'm getting like, you see that? It's like frost on that thing. So if you have a phone that kind of runs hot, this thing is definitely going to help that cooling and help your gaming performance as well. Now let me demonstrate this this pass-through power that we have here. So right now, the USB-C cable is inside of the fan, so the fan is operating. So if you want the fan to be working while you're gaming, you're gonna have to have an external power supply. Like I have mine plugged into an outlet right now, but you could also have like a battery bank or something like that. But once I unplug it, I'll just shift it over to this USB-C port on the right bottom side there, and then you'll see 92% and it is charging. It does not support fast charging, it's just regular charging, so, but you do get a nice little trickle charge as you're gaming. Now I'm usually hanging out on Stadia and everything works perfectly there. From the button layouts to the triggers, everything works perfectly and organically on Stadia. But for some reason, when I go over to Xbox with this wired connection that it has, you have to transpose the the A and the B buttons, because I don't know why it's just flipped around on Xbox Game Pass. So keep note of that when you're playing the Xbox games, you're gonna have to flip those buttons around, or at least remember that A is actually B and B is actually A. Now, one other noteworthy thing I wanted to mention is the grip and the way the back sits on here. Because of the way this thing is laid out and engineered, if you got a big camera bump like we have on some of these phones, because they focus so much on the camera, some of these camera bumps are huge, wide, and just, you know, all over the place. And when you put them in controllers, they don't sit in there right. Because this one is laid out like this, you can actually scoot this fan from one side to the other. You see how I cleared that much room for my camera bump there? And if I want to, I can scoot it up to touch the camera bump. So that's a huge plus in my book as far as getting this thing to fit inside of the controller. Now, I have recently downloaded, what is this, Diablo? This Diablo business, man. How come y'all didn't tell me about Diablo, man? This is a good game, even though I'm not that good at this one either. Like, these little demons, they attack in droves. Like, it's not like one or two at a time where I can fight them off. They come all at the same time. So I'm gonna jump in here and kill me a few bad guys before I get out of here today. But as I'm playing this, I'm gonna say goodbye to y'all because I'm having too much fun and I don't have the bandwidth to pay attention to y'all and play this game at the same time. So y'all keep being good to each other, and come on, man. Y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you. Hey, man, come here. I'm gonna be real frank with you and tell you that it's freaking weird that you just linger here when the video's over. But if you still want to hang out with me, it's cool. You can go over to my podcast, man. I'll be over there in just a few minutes. It's called Talk to Me. The podcast nobody asked for, but I'm giving it to you anyway. So go over there and hang out real quick, and I'll be there in a minute, and we'll get to hang out. I'll see y'all soon.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?